Hey guys, this is Nefarious411 and welcome to episode 74 of Regrowth. In the last few episodes we've been dealing with blood magic, and in between episodes I killed the Wither 4 times to get these 4 nether stars, and that is going to help us because we need to create beacons. Well, didn't grab the glass. That would help. So let me go ahead and grab the glass that I need, and this will allow us to create the 4 beacons needed to upgrade our altar one more step. And that is going to be by placing these beacons. They don't have to be activated, but they do have to be placed right here. So let me get my divination sigil. And we can see that our altar is tier 4 right now. And if we were to place all 4 of those, I'm hoping that this upgrades it to tier 5, and it does. Nice! That is pretty cool. I mean, I could activate these. Probably not necessary to have the beams of light coming out. That might get annoying after a while, especially in this close quarters. But now that we have a tier 5, let's see what the next orb is. We have the Magician's Blood Orb. I think it's a Master? No, we haven't even done the Master yet, have we? And that is a weak blood shard. So let me go ahead and grab the Magician's Blood Orb, bring it down here, grab one of these. We should be able to place this guy right there. And I do not know how much life essence it's going to take, but I'm just going to leave it there. And since that was a tier 4, I guess it's the Archmages that's next. How do I get a Demon Blood Shard? Demon Blood Shard. I am not entirely sure. I mean, are there things that I should be creating with this? I guess it's just a matter of the alchemic chemistry set that we also made in the last episode. And it looks like a lot of these require the Archmage's Blood Orb. Unattuned Player Sacrificing Stone. Don't know what that is. Soul Corruption Crystallizer. Livens. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. Ooh, that ran out of juice. Let me grab my sacrificial knife real quick. Help it along because that's going to make it where it uses much more. Should probably start thinking about creating some more augments. I know that we have a couple of the capacity. These are the capacity. Might have a superior capacity. Is that superior capacity? Yeah, superior capacity. How do I create one of those? So that uses capacity plus one of these. Master, Archmage. So it does look like I need at least the Master Blood Orb in order to create the superior. And there we go. Bound it to ourselves, and now we have the Master Blood Orb. Nice! So if I were to check my life points, it's going down a little bit. Not sure why it's going down. Oh, it's because of that ritual. Let me just leave that guy in there, because obviously if it's just hanging out in the pool of blood, it's going to be able to refill my internal network, which is going to be needed for that ritual down there. So if we were to take a look at the next tier, this was the tier 5. The tier 6 is going to require these other types of blocks, and I think it's this one right here, which is a crystal cluster. And I do not know how to create these. Guess I could look through the book real quick. See if there's a plate. Oh, Demonkin. Okay. blue demonic shard. With the help of Sinferis and my other demon friends, I have finished building the summoning area. The smaller pillars just need to be the right points for complete balance, so it's tricky. So it looks like we might have to summon a demon and kill the demon. So that might be something that I need to start looking into. I don't think this book has any pictures. That kind of stinks. I'm a guy that needs pictures. Alright, so I'm going to have to read through this to figure out how to summon the demon. Not entirely sure we're going to do it. Let me just go ahead and glance through it and see what it's going to consist of, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I am back, and it does look like in order to summon the different demons, we will need to start working with the alchemical chemistry set, or whatever it is, because we need to be able to create these arcane pedestals and lay them out. But in order to actually summon the demon, we're going to need different things, such as the air, which is like this guy right here, and this will require some chemistry related things. But before we do that, I would like to start setting up a little bit more automation. We have the AE controller down here that's dealing with this. So this is essentially a closed network. But I think what I want to do is also automate the creation of slates. And obviously we can't really put it on this same network, because that will interfere with the design for exporting in the formation plane and breaking these blocks. Because right now you can see that the living rock in here is just sitting here. Even though I have the annihilation planes, that is because this chest, or this oak drawer, is completely full with 2048 of the living rock. So I don't really want to mess with that. So what we're going to do is try to create like a sub-network, because if we were to think about this, we want to be able to put living rock in the altar. So if we were to do this in a way, well, let me actually turn off my spawner. I did hook this up. Basically, I ran these red crystals all the way down with a couple of repeaters. You can see that I have redstone lamps in there, and that will actually turn off the spawners. Eventually, they'll all die, but kind of don't want them to be making a bunch of noise while we're in here trying to build stuff. So let me run down here. Well, I have a storage bus, and that's not exactly what I want. Kind of want an export bus right here, and the only thing that it's going to export is going to be living rock. Just for now. We can probably refine this later, and right now, export bus, living rock, and that is all fine and dandy. So now let's, we're gonna need some power to it, so let's go ahead and grab some cables, probably a few smart cables and a bunch of these cables. So let's create maybe 30. I don't know how many I'm actually going to need in order to grab this same network. So let's run down here. If we were to hook this up, just like so, we're going to be on the same network. So if I come in here, we can see the 2048, and that's probably going to be a problem if we were to put like one of these ME chests with a storage cell in it, because then this entire system will start pulling the living rock and putting it into that chest. So that is probably not the greatest idea. So in order to deal with that, if you were to use quartz fiber, it's basically able to connect power, but not connect through the network. So now if I place a couple of these flux cables, these glass fibers, if we were to put, where did my terminal go? How did it get all the way over there? That's kind of weird. So if we were to put this terminal right here, we can see that it is a network all on its own, and the device is online, as you can see in Wayla. So it is online, and if we were to put, let's say, an ME chest right here with a storage cell in it, we can throw items into that storage cell just fine through this network. So right now, this is basically a completely separate network on the same ME controller. And I think that'll help us out considerably with this next step. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this stuff back up. Maybe I don't need to pull that. Let's start from the other side. Let me make sure that I picked up everything, because for some reason stuff gets stuck around this. All right, so if I were to come over here and run, let's say, an ME cable down, and maybe through this little hole, this little opening, and I do not have enough cable. Did I finish creating those? I'm probably gonna need more than 24, but there we go. Oops, I swore I had that. There we go. Yeah, kind of ugly, but it'll suffice for our current need. So let me go ahead and run this along this wall, or this ceiling right here. And this will allow me 8 channels all the way to that area over there. And I probably want to rearrange some of these cables because of the fact that we're going to be kind of in a tighter spot over here. I don't want cables to get all mixed up. So I'm going to run those across the back of the wall. Just like, nope, not like that. Because that will connect. That is actually being used for floor, so I can't do that. Alright, so the way we can handle that is with applied energistics. I think we have a painter. Why does that keep doing that? A paint, like a cable painter? Energistics. What is that called? I have never actually used one of these before. This guy right here, color applicator. So it does look like I'm going to have to create some stuff. So let's run to the processing building real quick so that we can craft this up. Couldn't find my teleporter. Here we go. Color applicator. Let's go ahead and see what we would need to create one of these. So this is a 4K. We do have a 4K pattern right there. Cool. And applicator. We need an energy cell. That should be fairly simple. Ooh. What am I missing? Fluix dust and quartz crystals, or quartz glass. That should be easy enough. And flux dust. We need 4 of those. 5 will work just as well. Quartz glass in the center. That gives us an energy cell. So now if we look at the applicator, we should be able to grab that out of the network. And let's go ahead and charge this guy up. Throw him right here, and that should put AE power into that. It does. And it is empty right now. I'm not entirely sure how to fill this guy. How do you deal with this? Energistics. Is there a color filler guy? Paintballs. I wonder if the paintballs are what's used. I am not sure. That doesn't sound right. I would assume that would be for one of these guns, these matter cannons. Cell workbench, matter condenser. Well, I guess we can try the paintballs. So what would it take to actually create these matter balls? Is that the matter condenser? Let's try that. Matter condenser. Looks like we need more glass. Man, just cook up a bunch for me, because I'm constantly needing glass. There we go. Matter condenser. And let's place you right here for now, I guess. That's not connecting, is it? Does this need to be connected to anything? Well, maybe it needs to be connected. I am not sure. Let me grab some cobble. And let's throw some cobble in here. That just threw it away, didn't it? Destroy items, condense into matter balls. Oh, okay. It just threw it away. That is not what I was hoping for, but cobble's cheap. At least I didn't put anything in that was special. Yeah, that's not working either, so I'm thinking that I'm going to need maybe a storage cell. Let me go ahead and create a 4K real quick. And you. That might be a bad idea. I don't know if that's going to cause any issues. I think that's connected. Is that connected? I can't even tell. Doesn't, I don't know. Maybe that's connected? No, that's down there. I don't think this is actually connected. Maybe it doesn't connect to those type. Is that connected? Nope, that's not connected either. I'm not sure if this even connects to anything. But I could put my storage cell in here, maybe. And grab some more cobble, since it seems to be eating it. Does that work? That seems to have done something. It put that into the ME storage. Condense into matter balls, 256 per item? Really? Is that going to require that much cobble to create a single matter ball? Yep, that's what it looks like. Wow, that's a lot of cobble to create a single matter ball. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, so let's figure out where to put this, because I don't want this to be right there in the middle, but I do want this in a place that can be used. So maybe right here. And let's get an export bus. Export. Doesn't look like I have any recipe for that. What was that? Was that a formation? Formation. Craft one of those guys up. There we go. And you can go right there. I'm going to configure him with cobble. There we go. It's really easy to create cobble. There we go. Cool. And I should be able to place that there. Oops. No, no, wait. I need my storage cell. Is that actually outputting? Doesn't look like it's outputting. Oh, yeah, it is. It's just really slow. How about some accelerations on this guy? Looks like I can hold 4. There we go. That is much better. Although it's only going to be able to produce it if I have cobble. I could put a crafting card in there, but I don't really want this to be doing that all the time. So I am just going to do cobble here and there. That way I'm not running through all of my essence, because right now I think I only need 8 of these guys. There we go. So 8, and let's see, paint ball. Looks like white is just any kind of white dye. So if I were to just put this here and color green, let me just do lapis. Blue is an easy one. There we go. Paint. Cool. All right, so then it's a matter of getting this to store stuff, and I think this is going to work just like a storage cell in regards to being able to put stuff in it. So now we can see that it's holding the blue paint. Nice. All right, so we should be able to run back over. I don't know why I looked in my green bag. Let's run back over to the hospital, and we should be able to paint this cable. I might just paint this cable, the blue network. How much does this use? I don't know if that's going to disappear at any point. Oh, yeah, I already ran out. Oh, well. Did I get that one? I really hope that I got that one. It doesn't look like I got that one. Of course not. All right. So it does look like I'm going to need a couple of different colors. So let me go ahead and put maybe green or something in here. And as soon as we get that, we should be able to at least start this up. That was just kind of unfortunate. Wait, this needs to be paintballs. All right, so let me create more paintballs, fill this paintbrush up, and we will be right back. All right, I am back, and basically, I think all I have to do is shift mouse wheel, and I'll be able to color it. I put 2 different types of colors in here, just blue and black, and as you can see, I have black there. And now that they're 2 different colors, they do no longer connect. And now we should be able to see 2 of 8 channels over there, and this is all working just fine, and we're good. All right, cool. So that shrank that line a little bit. So I should be able to possibly move this one up. I am not going to run it that way because I don't want to use more paint than I need to. So let me go ahead and run it this way, and now that it's connected, I should be able to see at least this device online, and I do. Nice. All right, so now obviously this network only has an export bus and nothing else. I kind of would like to see the living rock there. So if I were to create an interface, an ME interface, I should be able to, let me place my terminal right there so I can see in here, and I can't see anything except for, well, nothing. So if I were to put an ME interface right there, I can put a storage bus there, and let's set this storage bus to only, okay, only extract. So then anything that goes in this network, I can extract from it, but I can't push into it. And that is so that we can do this. So this guy is actually on this network. So here I can see the living rock. So if I take that out, I can't put it back in because it cannot push items into that network. And that is exactly what we wanted. So let me go ahead and throw that back in there just to fill up the system. So now we have the ability to basically one way into this network from this network. Nice, right? All right, so I know that I could have probably used this guy right here. And I might end up doing that, but I kind of wanted to see this. Right now the interface is only acting as like a chest or an interface into that network, but now we want to be able to export. So that should just automatically work now. As soon as I take something off, it is able to place it into this. Ooh, but it's placing multiples. That is not what I wanted. This is doing that again. All right. So I probably need to, let me put that back there. Is there a way to not do that? Like a limiting card, acceleration, redstone. Might be able to do a redstone. Just, piece of crap. Why is it doing this to me? Alright, so I apparently need to do something here, and I think that's going to require a little bit of the Buildcraft stuff again, unfortunately. So let me go ahead and figure that one out, and I will be right back. Alright, I haven't tested this, but I think it'll work. Basically, with some Buildcraft. I have this chest right here. I filled it completely with cobble except for the one slot. That can guarantee that I only pull out one stack of the living rock. The emerald pipe, I have a whitelist filter on living rock, and I have the redstone pipe wire on this autarkic gate, red pipe signal on, single energy pulse, and I have an iron AND gate up here, so inventory empty and a redstone signal on, it'll send a red pipe wire signal. So if I were to pull out my master blood orb, you can see that it doesn't actually turn on. If I come up here, I'm not sure what I just picked up. Let me go ahead and grab a lever, and if I place a lever right here, turn that on, it should do that single pulse. Maybe. Did it do a single pulse? Why isn't that working? Got that. Inventory empty. It is empty. Is it? Oh no, it did it. Alright, cool. So if I do that, you can see an item traversing. It is a little slow, but that's fine. That's probably a good idea because of the fact that it might take me a couple of seconds to swap out. Of course, that will send another thing, and it's just going to basically pop out into the world. So I need to make sure that I at least shut this off before I do that. That way I don't get an extra piece of living rock in there. So that is probably good for now. So that is able to handle pulling from this smaller network into the altar. So I think this will work out pretty well. So then it's just a matter of pulling items out, but I think I have reached that wrapping up point. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the entire automation of this using applied energistics. Whenever we come back, we're going to go ahead and do that. So let me go ahead and turn on my spawners down there so that I can start getting blood back into this altar. And in between episodes, I'll have an idea of how I can start pulling items out to basically do the same sort of thing that we were doing with the other golem. So I can keep certain number of each type of slate in an inventory. But I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you could rate and comment down below, it would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you like the series, please hit that subscribe button. But for now, this is goodbye.